Good morning, everyone. It's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. So, thanks so much for joining me today. So, I have been playing around with some of the new Perfect Partners little bundles. So, I shared a couple of ideas with you these past couple of weeks. First, I did the fresh cut flowers. So, that's a bundle that you can get now. And then I did the apple harvest. And so this week I am focusing on This Birthday Piggy. So now these are cards that were created with this particular stamp set. It's called This Birthday Piggy. Has a lot of cute little images in it and some fun little birthday sentiments. You can even use these for other things besides birthday, especially this little piggy right here. And then it comes with a die set. So this is called the Playful Piggy Dies. And this particular die set is one of six new die sets that came out during the month of September. So these are only going to be available during the month of September. So there's six of them that coordinate with I'm sorry, there's six new dies that coordinate with stamp sets that are in the current catalogs. So this is one of the new die sets. So it's got a lot of fun little die cuts in here. And of course, it has the dies to cut out the little piggies on the front here. So it's really a cool little promotion. And like I said, I already shared the apple harvest cards with you guys and the fresh cut flowers. This is the third bundle that I have to share with you. So good morning, everybody. Good morning. So this is a super cute little little bundle. So I'm going to show you a couple little thinking of you cards. We'll do a little birthday card. And then I have some other cards that I want to share with you, which I did on my Wednesday video. So every Wednesday, I upload a video to YouTube. And so I uploaded a little gatefold style card on YouTube. So I'll show you guys that. I did link to that particular video. I put the link in the description with this video. So good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. So let's make my screen bigger here so you guys can see the cards. All right, so this is what we are going to make today. So I have a couple pretty simple card ideas. Now you can use these card layouts with any stamp set or supplies that you have on hand. You don't necessarily have to have the cute little piggy. I am using some of that host paper, that Design a Daydream host. It's a it's a paper that is available to hostesses. So if you host a party, you can choose that as one of your free items. Or if you place an individual order over $150, you get to choose that for free. So you can have a party or do it all on your own. I did it all on my own. That's how I got it. So, anyways, so I'm using that paper in case you're wondering. And then I'm using, of course, the little piggy. So let me move some of these. Let's see. We'll do this one first. Good morning, everybody. All right. So what I did, I'll show you, if we have enough time, I'll show you how I colored the little piggy. But for now, I'll just show you the card layouts that I did. So for this one, what I did is I just cut a couple different layers. I like using vellum lately, as you guys know. Let me straighten out my thing here. There we go. That looks a little better. Okay. So I'll tell you what the measurements are, and then I'll also get these up on my blog later today. So I'll have all the measurements out there. I know a lot of you have asked for my tutorial for these. Typically on Sundays, I don't do a printable tutorial. I usually just do that with my Wednesday video. So in case you're wondering, but I do put all the measurements and everything out on my blog for, my Sunday videos so that you can get all the measurements for these cards. So this first piece here is just a 2 by 4.5 inch piece. And all I'm doing is just going to adhere this right down the center of the card. And of course, I'm using white cardstock for the base of my card. And that's just the standard card base. So I should open it and let you take a look. So this is just 5.5 by 8.5, and I score it in the middle at 4.25 inches. That's how I create the base. So it's pretty standard base that I use. The next piece that I cut is just 3 by 3. So this is actually the back side of the piece I just adhered. So a lot of times when I'm creating my card designs, I happen to be playing with like um, leftover scraps or, little bigger pieces. Like when I created those fun fold cards, I ended up with some scraps and some bigger pieces that I wanted to use. So I just kind of play around with that. This is a piece of vellum that is 2.5 by 3.5. So I like using vellum because it just kind of mutes the background a little bit. Um, and it's a nice little layer. So then the next thing I did is just cut out a little square shape. I used the stitched, what is it called? stylish, stylish shapes dies. So I just cut out the little square. That's why it has the little dots on here, the little stitching. So this one's about 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. So you can, if you don't have the die set, you can just cut out a piece of cardstock. I like to adhere them in a diamond shape. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I just add my little focal points. So here is where I say that, you don't need to have the little piggy. Of course, the little piggy is cute, but you can add any focal point in the center there, a flower, butterflies, anything you want in the center. So sometimes when I look at card ideas, um, card layouts, I see something different, you know, like as I put together my cards, it's like, oh, this would look really cute with not just the piggy, it would look really cute with something else in it. So I'm going to show you a couple card ideas that I reused, except I put the little piggy on there instead of what I had on there. So I'll show you that. And then I'm going to adhere this really quick here. I'm just putting together my greeting. So then I just used up some little scrap pieces. I have to trim this a little bit. So I cut a 1/2 inch by 3 inch piece of white cardstock, but I'm just trimming it down a little bit so it looks a little more even. And then this background piece is 3/4 by 2. And so I just kind of use that. That's just a little piece of pool party. And I just kind of use that to create my little greeting here. So I'm going to pop that up. Because then it doesn't look like my piggy is suspended in air. So we'll pop that up right underneath here. And this will be just our first thinking of you card. And then I just used some of these iridescent rhinestones just to kind of add a little bit of bling to the card. And I'm going to show you the insides of the cards too, because I added some decorations to the inside. So that's the first card. So it's just pretty simple, just a little piggy across there. You put your greeting across the bottom. And then that's what the inside looks like. Now you can stamp this little pig on the inside and decorate the inside. I colored mine with Stampin' Blends. So if I wanted to add it on the inside, I would actually have to stamp a separate one to add it on the bottom on the inside. Otherwise, the stamping blends tend to bleed through the cardstock. So if you just stamp it here on your white cardstock, it's going to show through on the back of your card. So just keep that in mind. So that's the first one that I wanted to share. She's so cute. Okay, let me figure out where I'm going to go with this stuff here. Hold on one second. All right, so that's the first one. Let's see, where did my other ones go? This next one that I want to share with you is just, I just kind of folded over this little piece of this cardstock so that it, because I'm using front and back of this cardstock piece, or I'm sorry, designer paper piece, I decided I was going to fold that little corner back just to kind of give it a different look. So I'll show you what I did here. So first, I just cut a 1 by 4 inch piece, and that's what's going to go over on the side here. And then I just cut a this is 3 by 4. So this is the uh, other side of this piece. And then all I did was just kind of take the corner and just fold it over as straight as I can get it. Let's see, does that look straight? That looks pretty straight. Just fold it over. And then that way it just kind of brings out, the design that's over here. And it just gives you a fun little look for your card. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere these pieces. So we'll add this one. And I'm just adding them right up against the edge of the cardstock, the card front. And then we'll add this one. So like I said, it's a pretty simple design, and you can do this with any designer paper that you want to show off. If you want to show off the front and back. Sometimes we don't want to show off the other side. It depends on what it is. And then I'm just going to add a little dimensional right on this little fold that I did. And we'll just fold that down. Okay. And then let's see, what do I have here? This is a 2 and 3. This is a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 inch piece of vellum. So I just added that right over kind of between these two pieces. You don't have to add the vellum. I'm just on a vellum kick right now, so I seem to be adding vellum to everything. So we'll add that, and then we'll just add another one of our little square shapes, but I'm going to add it in the diamond. Yes, it's Design a Daydream Designer Series paper from the annual catalog, in case you guys missed that in the beginning. All right. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome, Lois. Okay, so next I'm going to just add my little piggy here, and I'm just popping it up with a couple dimensionals. So we'll pop this little guy right up in the center. And then we'll add our little greetings. So I just stamped one of the greetings just on a scrap. This is just scrap pieces of white cardstock. It's just a 1/2 inch wide piece. And I just stamp it, and then I just trim it down with my scissors, so that it's the size of the greeting. So, and then we will add our little embellishments. So we'll just add some of these. And this time I added them directly to the flowers. So I just kind of added one little gem to each of the flowers. There we go. And that's that one. So cute. All right. I'm kind of getting confused here. Let's see, where are my things? There we go. Okay, and then the inside of this one, I did just a little bit different. I just kind of did the same fold, except I used a larger piece of paper. So this is just a 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of designer paper. And I did that same folding process. And then I just added a little piece of white cardstock down here on the bottom, just so that I could write a message inside the card. So that's what that one looks like. All right. And then the next one, let me grab it here. So the next thinking of you card is just, actually, I was just using up scraps. So this is a design with scraps. And of course, I did it in landscape style too. So I had a bunch of little scrap pieces, and basically, when you're playing around with scraps, it's really just like putting together a puzzle. So I just kind of, lay out my pieces and try to match them up. And if I have to trim them down a little bit, then I will. But so this is really what I did with scraps. So this piece is just a 1 by 2, and then this one is a 2 by 2 1/4. And then this last one, because I can't add really quick, is 2 1/2 by 3 1/4. Okay, so they're just going to get squished together here to make this little design. So I think I'm going to adhere the big one first. We'll do that. So that's why I say that you guys can really, you know, use these designs with any, whoops, with any paper or supplies that you have on hand. And then we'll go ahead and adhere all these pieces. So it is just like putting together a little puzzle. Okay. So there's that one. And then this time I actually didn't use vellum. I just used my little square shape here. Yes, that's petal pink. So this is petal pink, this is pool party, and then this is a mix of petal pink and pool party and some daffodil delight. So we'll add this over here. And then I'll just add my little greeting. And my greeting, I just kind of did off the side all the way to the edge. And then my little piggy. So yeah, I'll show you the pig coloring in just a minute. I figure I do the cards first and then I'll show you how I colored the pig. Because I used a lot of different stamping blends, which, you can use whatever coloring tools you want. I just happen to like my stamping blends a lot. So I use them a lot. So we'll add a couple little gems. Trying to keep track of your comments. Oh, is there a trick? I don't know if there's really a trick. I just sometimes you have to pull the putty off the end here. It gets a little bit dry. So you have to kind of keep turning the top here to get the putty to come out. But it seems to, once you get the dry stuff off, it seems to pick up your gems pretty easily. So, okay. So that's the next one. And this one, I put a little piggy on the inside to decorate it. So just super cute. All right. So that's the third card that I wanted to share. And then this time we'll switch from thinking of you to birthday. So I'll show you this little birthday piggy. And I know I'm going a little bit fast, but I'll have all of this stuff out for you on my website. So don't worry. Okay, so this is just a 2 by 5 inch piece that I'm putting right down the middle, kind of down the middle. And then I have a 1.5 by 4 1/4. Yeah, I got the right side. 1.5 by 4 1/4 inch piece. And this one's going to go down this side. So I just put it left of, the other piece here. And then I have a 3 by 3 inch piece of vellum, because here I am with the vellum again. But see how it just kind of mutes the background and just kind of gives you another fun layer to play with. So there's the vellum. And then we will add our little square shape. So again, this is about a 2 3/8 inch square shape. Yeah, I had the stamp set before the dies too. All right, did I put that on crooked? Well, we'll just turn the card and it won't look crooked. All right, well, let's add this little birthday piggy. So the dies from this particular set, once you color in your little piggy, then you can just use the dies in this set to cut it out. You don't have to cut it out by hand. So let's see, I might have to trim this a little bit. Trim a little bit off the other end. So again, this is just a 1/2 inch wide piece. And then I just trim it down so it fits on the card. And I'm just going to tuck this behind the balloons a little bit. Now we might want to go to the edge with this one. There's that. And then this is one of the dies. I just cut it out, whoops, from some Petal Pink cardstock, just so it matches the little piggy and some of the other designer paper and stuff that I'm using. So we'll just add this right up at the top. And I just ran it from the edge. Whoops. Oh, now I got glue everywhere. That's all right. I'll get that glue off. Show you how to get that off. So I ran it from edge to edge. And then we just put some gems on it. So big glop of glue. Hey. And we'll add another one over here. All right, so that is the third card. And then I'm going to show you the inside. So here's what I did on the inside. I just kind of carried over that theme from the outside with the little birthday banner, and then just added a little bit of designer paper and then a little sentiment in here. So that is the fourth one. So let me bring these back. I'll show you. These are the ones I just showed. Whoops. Because I want to show you a couple other ones before I do the coloring. So those are the 4 that I just showed you. So I'll get the dimensions out there for you. But I did create 2 additional cards. So I created this one, and this is all little strips of paper. I showed you guys a design like this last week using the Apple Harvest stamp set. So I had some black gingham paper in the background. So it's the exact same card layout that I used last week, except for this week I just changed out the designer paper and then added the little piggy. So it was really a simple card to put together and a great way to reuse your designs. Same thing with this one. This is very similar to the one that I did with the Apple Harvest stamp set. So I just did a bunch of layering and then just added the little piggy right in the center. So very simple. It's really a good idea to reuse your card layouts with different stamp sets and different pattern paper. So again, I'll get these out on the website for you. And then I just wanted to show you these little gatefold cards. So these are not your standard gatefold cards. Usually they're right in the middle that you have your gate. You have equal on both sides. So these are kind of offset a little bit. But I made it so that you could tuck this little piece underneath here and your gatefold card will stay closed. And then to open it, you just pull this out. And that's what your gatefold looks like. So this was my Wednesday video. So if you guys haven't seen this, you can, well, here, I'll bring this back. You can check out the link in the description below the video. that I'm doing right now. There, I linked to it. This is the other one I did. So I did it in landscape style and I did it in portrait style. And so for this one, the closure I just used is a little piece of ribbon that you can just slide up and down onto the card. So you can just slide this back, and then I have to turn it upside down to slide this back up. But so that's what that looks like. That's portrait style. And then there is the landscape style. So check that out. Those are fun little card ideas that you can use, you know, with any supplies that you have. So let me show you how I colored this little piggy. I just used some black Memento ink to stamp the image. So I'll stamp the little image there. And I used a variety of stamping blends. I mean, like a variety. So the main ones that I used, let me grab these first. So this is Petal Pink. So Petal Pink comes in the light and the dark shade. So for the piggy, I just went around and colored in the pig with the light Petal Pink. So you just add color first with light Petal Pink. Petal Pink seems to be a really good color for coloring the piggies. Then you take the dark, and I'm using the finer tip just to, I'm going to add color to the one ear. And then I'm just going to go around and just kind of highlight the little pig, kind of all around the outside. So that just adds a little bit of, you know, depth to the pig. And then you can use any color pink. I'm actually using some of the neutral stamping blends, but you could use Flirty Flamingo or whatever you want, just to add a little bit of pink to the ears. And then I added that same pink to the flower. And then, oops, I forgot to color in his little snout there with that pink. And then let's see, I gotta grab my blends here. Then I used yellow for one of the flowers. See, it's really effortless to use your Stampin' Blends to color this in. I have some Granny Apple Green just to add a little bit of green to this leaf and a little bit to the grass. And then I have a little crumb cake for the bottom. Do I have crumb cake? Yeah. And then here I just kind of went along and just, so this is the light crumb cake. Just kind of went along and added color. And if you're going to cut it out with the die, you don't have to get too particular down here because that'll all cut out nice for you. And then I just took the blue, which is the dark pool party. We'll add some color to the flower. And do I have them all? Oh. And then I just added, you don't have to do this, but I just added a little bit of gray to the hoof. So that's how I colored it. So you can use any colors, you know, you don't have to use as many colors as I did, but I do find that the petal pink just seems to look really good for the pig. So that's what I used to color it. Pretty much these are the Stampin' Blends. And like I said, you can use Stampin' Blends, you can use watercolor pencils, whatever you want to use to color it. So all right, so let me bring these cards back. So I hope you guys enjoyed these card ideas. I had a lot of fun creating them. I had a lot of fun playing around with this set. Plus, I needed some birthday cards, so that always helps, right? When you need some cards, then you got to sit down and create. So let's see. There we go. All right. So those are the 6 cards. I will get those out on my blog today. And like I said, be sure to check out the video on these fun fold cards because these are really super simple and you can use them with anything. It doesn't have to be with the piggy set. You can use those fun folds and you can use these card designs today really with any supplies that you have on hand. So if you are interested in the Perfect Partners promotion, then I did link to my website in the description with this video. Just pop out there, take a look at all 6 of the stamp sets. So like I said, there's this little piggy is one. It has a coordinating die. And then the apple harvest is another, which has a new coordinating die. And then fresh cut flowers, which has a coordinating die. And then there's 3 other ones, and I don't know them all off the top of my head. But there's one, I think, trimming the tree, Yeti to party, and something else. Oh, the Waterfall Canyon. There, I do know them. So check them out. The die sets are only available this month while supplies last. So if you like any of them, you should get them before the end of the month. So there you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed these card ideas. And yes, everybody keeps asking about that DSP. So that DSP is a host DSP. You'll find it in the back of the annual catalog along with the host stamp sets. So take a look at it. It's in the back of the annual catalog. You'll find it there. All right. Have a wonderful day, you guys. And I will see you again next week, probably with some more perfect partner bundle card ideas. All right. Have a great week. Take care, everyone. See you next week. Bye.